Hi everyone, so today I'll be trying out the Griffin Christmas cracker kit that I had picked up on HSN not too long ago. I unboxed it very carefully because I said I probably will be returning it since I did order the Create 9 box like after the event had happened. But everything that's in it's so nice and the pricing was like, you know, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. So I'm just going to open this up again. I had repackaged it really nicely, just put it back in its original packaging. But today we're going to try it out. So, you know, if this is still available, I'll link in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. And I would link it through HSN. Possibly it's available on Anna's site. I don't know. It's probably going to come to you pretty late at this point, right? But maybe for next year. You know, dyes are dyes. They'll stay nice forever. But I'm going to open this up. And yeah, so like I said, I did a whole unboxing of this very carefully, but now we are going to actually use our pieces. It comes with the tissue paper. That's basically to make like these little hats with. I don't know if I'll be doing that or not. You basically just run this die through. Then you'll have like a little crown, right? So, which is kind of a typical thing, I guess, that you would find in a Christmas cracker. I will say it does have this piece in the center that helps you when you go to pull it. You know, one person pulls it one way, the other person pulls it the other way, and it makes like a sound. Now, I don't know that this will actually do that. Maybe we can run it through two pieces of paper just to see if it makes a sound. I'm not going to rip my cracker open because I want to use it or gift it. So, we'll go ahead and do the steps. This is something you can also create on your own. Actually, you can buy these little cracker centers like on Amazon and other places. I'll link it. And it basically has like a little bit of like what you might find in like a firework where it smells like gunpowder, you know, kind of thing. So it makes like an actual cracking sound. But I'll link those. And it has, you know, little like label areas and tags, and I think these are great for every day, right? So, yeah, so it's a simple thing though, you know, this outer die, this one, I mean, you can cut that yourself. It's probably something that you can definitely create just by hand, but we're going to try out the kit today. And again, she has pretty papers in here. Again, they're 8x12 for whatever reason. That's some sizing she's been doing recently. These are the pieces that are going to go inside to keep your, this piece here, to keep the cracker nice and taut. So it's like a not chipboard, but like poster board, you know? So if you're trying to make your own, not as thick as poster board, but it feels very much like poster board. I guess it depends on the poster board you're choosing. Maybe you'll find some at Dollar Tree that's a little thinner. That might work. And then beautiful gift wrap again, whatever gift wrap you have, I'm sure will work. I mean, I didn't open this initially because again, in my mind, I was like, okay, I'll just return this, even though that hurts me. It's like $10. And shipping, well, maybe a little less, but either way, it's not defective, so I have to pay to return, right? But let's see here. We have these beautiful papers, and I mean, they're really, really gorgeous gift wrap, nice and thick stuff. You know, when you feel a nice gift wrap, when you can feel like the density of it. So pretty stuff. And let's look at the, I was gonna say the instruction. It's back here. I'm gonna open this up. I'll be right back. Coffee maker. I haven't had coffee yet, and it is going making lots of noise. So you're gonna make strips. I'm assuming from these guys. I don't know. Well, I guess we can look at it. Yeah, the end pieces, which is really thick. I mean, she's saying, you know, die cut one end piece of chipboard from the smaller rectangle die. It looks like we're gonna cut it. Okay, perfect. I was just gonna say that's really big, but what she's wanting you to do is use this one die and then cut it in half anyway, so I'm not sure why she didn't just do half a die and cut it twice, but you're gonna cut it, okay? Which is interesting. And then the center piece, which is that longer piece, that's gonna be really thick, and you're gonna roll it till it's 1.5 inch diameter on your own, right? So you're gonna kind of eyeball that. That could be a little problematic. So basically we want the end pieces and that section to be the same. And then just roll them in here, easily enough. Thread the snap piece through the cracker. Yes, and that's what I've read about these crackers. Even if you're making your own by hand, and honestly, that's one of the reasons I was like, do I really need this kit? Because you could do this on your own. It's not the biggest deal. You just tape it or glue it here, glue it at the other end so it's loose going through the center of the cracker. If you're going to do the crown die, you have the tissue. Of course, it's going to end somewhere, so you are going to put a little bit of adhesive so it stays round, and then you just flatten it back out to fit it back into your cracker, and then with whatever goodies you want. So, I mean, it's really simple, guys, and easy. Again, you know, we have the dies for these extra bits, but it's not the biggest deal. So let me clear out some of this stuff and we'll just start die cutting. So first we'll cut what they are calling chipboard, this piece here. Again, it's just poster board. I mean, you can see that thinness. This larger die, I'll tell you the size so that you know what machine you might be using, because this is a big guy. The metal to metal is just over 11 inches, so it cuts a piece that's 11 inches long, which, you know, just over 5 inches, so it's 11 by 5 what it actually cuts. And then this other one here is gonna cut a piece that is 4 by 7. So 4 by 7, and then, what did I say? 5 by 11. And then we have this snap piece. It doesn't really say that the snap piece needs to be cut from the chipboard, but I feel like it should, just to give you a little more strength, and then so when you're pulling it, maybe it'll actually make a sound. I don't know that it'll make a sound. I don't know. But here we go. We'll take this guy. Oh. Put that back on there. And then these two. And to be honest, I don't even know that I'm going to run the dies. I feel like I should just cut it by hand, because they're just straight lines, guys. So again, that way I don't have to pull out my bigger plates. 5 by 11 and 4 by 7. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. 5 by 11, 4 by 7. Now let's see how we can get that from this piece. Let's see. Yeah, these are 8 by 12. Okay, so you might need a couple pieces to get this done, because if I do 4 by 7, we do 4 inches here. Yeah, you're gonna have to use 2 pieces of this. Excuse me, oh my gosh, I don't know why that's so wonky. I'm just gonna take this to my guillotine or to my paper trimmer and cut the 5 by 11 and then the 4 by 7, and I'll be right back. While you're at it, you're gonna have to cut these in half, so maybe, you know, maybe you can still get a piece of it from here, because that 4 by 7 one, the next instruction is to cut it in half, so really you need pieces that are 2 by 7. So you can probably get some off of that. Something to think about. I'm just gonna cut it to the shape just so that you guys can follow along if you have the dies, but that is kind of silly, and I don't know. So this is 4 by 8 essentially, because it's 8 inches. So let's take an inch off of this, right? So here's our 4 by 7. Okay, so again, I just cut these on my trimmer. This is the bigger guy, 5 by 11. This is the smaller one, 4 by 7. But here she says to cut this one in half. So you're gonna have to cut it at 2 inches. It doesn't say 2 inches, it just says cut in half, but it's basically 2 inches. So now you have 2 strips that are 2 by 7. 2 by 7, 2 by 7, 5 by 11. Oh, I will run this guy through though. So I'm gonna take this. And again, we have this little strip here, so you can still get the 2-inch piece that you would need on this easily. Unfortunately, it's not 14 inches long, so you can't get that, but you can still get a piece, and you can also cut this, so you can save a little bit of paper. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'll probably put it sideways on one of my things, so I don't have to bring out my, like I said earlier, I didn't want to bring out my die cutting machine. Oh, actually, is my cut on... Huh. It does say cut and emboss, because basically this little area right here, it really needs to be there so you can actually tear the thing. But let's put these to the side. What I was going to say is I can probably put it in the... Anytime you have something that's too long and you don't have long plates, you can just run half through and then run the other half through. It's not the biggest deal. But I was wondering if I can get it in here. Yeah, most of it. I'll show you what I mean by this. So put as much as you can, whatever die cutting system you have. And I'm sorry guys, I'm just trying to feel better. Hopefully you will, so I can still visit family for the holidays, because if not, we are not going. Let's see here. Okay. The reason it's not going to go is because it's just hitting that bump. So I'm going to put it a little more sideways. And here we go. So whenever you have resistance from any machine, it's because it's just even if it's that small, just hits that bump there. How funny the paper, the way it's getting all crazy. I don't know if you see that. Okay, so that's the one side. And then whatever's left, you just leave the die. And since it's just the very tip, I'm not going to run it through the whole thing. I'm just going to run it back through that same little, just that little spot. So get this going, and when I get here, finish it off. So with anything like that, you can always just turn it. Obviously, I can do a better job. I was just, at this point, doesn't matter. But look, the little cuts are there, so it's perfectly done. Just fine. Okay, let me clean up just a little bit and we'll move on to our different steps. Okay guys, so from here we have our snap piece, and then we have the end pieces and this guy. So all it's saying is to roll this up until it's about 1.5 inches in diameter. Obviously it doesn't have to be exactly 1.5, but you would like these guys to be the same as that. So I'm just rolling it. I didn't eyeball it. I'm just eyeballing it, should I say. I don't know. Let me see. So this is the part where, honestly, if you're just making this by hand, you can probably just get it done. I mean, that's pretty good. And I'm just looking at, I'm not actually measuring it. That's roughly 1.5 inches. What you're gonna want is that they all are the same. So if it's not quite where you need it, just kind of, I'm holding this paper on the inside, just kind of turn. It's not very pretty. This is very thick as far as how much roll we have here. But okay, so when we get here, I'm not going to use a wet glue because I want it to hold really quickly, but also we're going to wrap this anyway, so you know, put as much glue as you think you need for that. Let's see if I didn't let it unravel too much. Okay, I'm trying to line it up. This is going to be covered, so it's not, it has to be the most attractive thing. It is very sturdy, I will say. And again, I was planning on making a video for you guys. I'm making this from scratch just by hand, and I think you can pretty much see that you can do it by scratch just from, you know, cutting it. Papers that are about the same, smaller, bigger, whatever you want for your crackers, right? This is just the size that she went with. So with these two guys, we're basically gonna roll them and try to get about the same diameter, right? I can see this is already smaller because it was easier to roll. There was less circumference here, less paper. And I mean, you're kind of doing this manually. Hopefully that's about the same. No one's going to be sitting here measuring them, but that's pretty good. Okay, let's pretend that that's where we want it to be. And so I will tape those, and I'll do the same thing with the second one. So this only has a very little overlap, maybe 2 inches, you know, with this piece that's in here. And this one has a ton, so, you know. And so let's turn this one and see if I can get it about the same as the other one as far as how much. That is weird. I'm trying to eyeball about the same amount of overlap, but I feel like this one's still bigger for some reason. Maybe I'm just hallucinating here. That's about right. Okay. Okay. And this is add adhesive to one edge of the back of a piece of 12-inch wrapping paper. Place the rolled pieces along the edges as shown and start rolling up the wrapping paper around the pieces and secure the adhesive. So, very interesting. It's telling you to put the adhesive up here, and then you have these things here, and you're going to roll them. That's a little difficult, so I think what I'm going to do is probably put a little bit of adhesive here, because I don't know. Otherwise, these things are just going to fall off. I don't know. I'm just going to choose one of these wrapping papers. And basically, she shows it here. Let me see. I don't think this one has a direction that matters. Here and here. It's a 12-inch piece of wrapping paper. So obviously these edges, and you know what's really cute is you can die cut this paper. I mean, if you have a machine big enough, all those kinds of things. But maybe use fancy scissors on the edge. This is going to be very difficult, in my opinion, to go like this. And then, well, actually, it's not that difficult. Don't you think these paper ends are going to fall out? I guess not. I don't know. I'm going to do what she said, because that's what I do on videos like this. Otherwise, people tell me things about how come I didn't do what she said. This is very thick, though, because, I mean, the way we're wrapping it, it's very repetitive and it's nice and sturdy. I don't know if that makes it hard to tear later, but I am going to use just some adhesive like this, and I'm keeping it pretty even so at the ends are nice. Now, the reason I did what she said as far as not gluing anything down is because I don't know if that impedes it being torn, you know. It's better to probably just have one area where there's glue than a bunch of them. It's harder to, I don't know. And then you can still adjust these if you need to, right? And that's the other thing. So like when I go to tie these, I just want to have some space there. She didn't really say how to space them, you know. Obviously, that's what it is. If you want to use ribbon or curling ribbon, which I love curling ribbon, it'd be cute. I feel like we need more space in here. So I look in here, if I'm going to tie this, I feel like our tie isn't really going to crunch down as much as I would like. So I'm going to bring some of this out towards the edge a little better. Again, I didn't go to create, and I'm sure you guys that went probably had some more examples. So I'm bringing it out a little bit just to give us more crunch area for the ribbon, right? So I'm bringing this out towards the edge. That's just what I think is best. That one came out very easily. The other one gave me a little bit of problem. So I'm going to adjust these, and you can even, let's see, once we're here, I had a tweezer, but of course I can't find it now. I can just grab it with a tweezer and pull it out. There we go. I'm bringing it closer to the edge. And it'll keep this nice and taut too, and that way when we tie it, it'll just be that much easier. There we go. Look, I mean, you can slide it completely out. So let's just say about there. Hopefully that's okay. And then you're going to take this guy and you're going to glue it. So I'm going to put wet glue because otherwise it would just... Okay, this guy has been giving me problems recently and I had to clean it out every time. And I'm surprised every time. I'm like, oh no. I don't know why it surprises me, but here we go. There we go. And you're just putting this down the center because all it's going to do is, what's the word? You have to stick it down here on one side. And I'm just sticking it to one of the edges. This is still kind of open, so I'm just sticking it to this other side. And then you're also going to put glue and stick it down to this other side. I'm just kind of splitting the difference because it doesn't really come to the very end on this side. And that's not fair because then one person will have an advantage, so I'm shoving that back down a little bit. That's basically what you're pulling when you go to the cracker. So I'm going to put a little glue on the back of this one. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing because it's down in there already. But I'm just putting glue there and just glue it down. So it's just going from one side of the cracker to the other. So clearly it's not 12 inches long because this is 12 inches long and it's coming out there. Okay. If you want to make your little tissue paper crown, which is cute, it is to fold the tissue paper over 4 times and then run it through, and so it should be one continuous piece, right? So you have the tissue paper here, and it looks like it's longer than it is wide. You see that? So you're going to leave the one piece. And so right now it's already folded over twice. And you know, you can fold it over 4 times is what it says, and that way it'll just be one continuous piece because it doesn't have cutting edges here or here, so your piece should be okay. I would fold it over again or however. It's kind of interesting actually, so maybe like that. So that's 4 times, and then I would put the die like this to run it through. Okay, you basically want it the same width of this die though, because then you're gonna have some extra bits that you don't want. So it needs to be exactly the width of this die when you fold it over 4 times, and then run it through. That's not something I'm super interested in, so I'm not gonna do that. And you put a little glue and then you just fold it back up and put it back inside there. And then add whatever other goody things you want to put in there, right? So it says pinch together the wrapping paper between the center and ends on both sides. So obviously in here, I kind of want to control that, but this is some thick stuff. So now curling ribbon, to be honest, would be my favorite thing to do. So that's what I'm going to grab because I just grabbed some curling ribbon the other day. So I'm going to use curling ribbon, but it does come with ribbon. You can definitely use, of course, will look really nice and luxe, but I'm going to use curling ribbon because I like the way that looks. So I'm going to go grab that and then some candies that I had just picked up recently, and I'll be right back. Oopsie. So these are just a bunch of little candies I picked up to make candy sleighs and to show you what might fit in here. I mean, look how cute the little Santa sack. These are from the Dollar Tree. Obviously, I would love to put Lindt chocolates in there. I think they'll fit in there perfectly. Kisses, all those kinds of things. The little Santas are so cute. The reason I had picked this up too is because I wasn't able to find these, and then I found them, the larger Santas, but these could probably fit in there too. I mean, the diameter is pretty big, so things like that. You know, I have little Andes. I grabbed these just to see if a candy cane would fit in there. Now, you are going to kind of grab this, so maybe it's not the best thing to put in there, but I mean, it fits. It fits very nicely, so just whatever you want to put in there, obviously. I think, okay, let me end off one side with this curling ribbon, and then we'll get the other side. So gold. Is it just me, or is there less curling ribbon on this roll than the years before? It looks very sparse here. Anyway, let's see here. It's quite possible. Oh, come on, buddy. Ah, okay. And, you know, maybe a good foot or so of curling ribbon. Obviously more would be very pretty, or a couple different colors, right? The gold and the red or something would be nice. Let's get this on here. Hopefully at this point you guys have made yours already. We are getting real close, aren't we? So you want to tie it up pretty tight. So as I'm going, I'm going to crunch this in. There we go. Obviously you don't want it to be so big that whatever you put in here falls out. I think that's okay. You can definitely tie a bow, or just do the fun thing. Whoop. You're taking the sharp side of your scissors if you don't know how to do this. I go on the opposite side, not the shiny side, and give it a curl. Cute. Okay, let's see. That's funny. This thing bent in a funny way because it does come in when you crunch it. Honestly, this is very cute. You can definitely do it without any of these dies. The pretty, you know, gift wrap you have, the gift wrap that you have under your tree. I think Anna had mentioned that, like, if you want them to coordinate with your tablescape and with, you know, what you have at your, under your tree, of course you can use that gift wrap, right? It's a 12-inch piece of paper. So we have crisp Kringle, some of these little guys, whatever, just put in some cute things. I don't know that I would like to gift this. That pretty much filled it up, and that was like 4 pieces of candy. And then we crunch it up again on the other side. So you can kind of squeeze it in and crunch, and that helps out. And then we'll get another foot or so of curling ribbon. These are really simple, you guys, to be honest. And, you know, if you're sitting there, again, I just chose not to use the dies, but you can definitely do that. And you'll have them perfectly made. The thing is, you're going to wrap them up anyway. You're not even going to see the way it's cut in the inside. And if you want to make these smaller, I would say, you know, you can make smaller ones, super cute. And then the cracker is still there on this side. And there we go. Okay, so we can decorate the outside. So let me put away this stuff, and I'll be right back. I didn't drop anything. I feel like I remember seeing more like swirls and stuff. I might have misplaced something. I don't know. Yeah, right? Is there? I don't even know. A lot of times they'll show images here that are actually from other kits. So then you just decorate however you like. So it does come with, you know, all these sentiments, just for you, you know, Merry Christmas, cute stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and decorate one, Season's Greetings. Again, you have your ribbons, you have things from your own stash is what they're showing there. And then it comes with all these guys. What's interesting is it comes with a ton of paper too. I don't know if it's a ton of paper, but let me show you. So for me, this was just a splurge, to be honest. I don't think, again, you need the die set. I mean, if you're making the crown, obviously that's a little harder to do. It has really nice labels. To make the crackers themselves is probably unnecessary. I don't know that you even need that pull tab one. This one, I was thinking you can just cut a piece yourself, a strip, and then just put some little dashes in it with like your X-Acto knife. Just dash, 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 dash. It's easy enough. You can make something similar. The reason that's there too is so as you pull it, so that somebody can actually tear it. Because if it was just a strip that doesn't have that dash line, it'd be harder to actually tear. So the whole point of this is someone's holding one side, you're holding the other, and whoever gets like the more thing gets the treats, right? Which is cute. Again, it can be a place setting, just something cute to have there. I don't know, I said a ton of paper. Okay, there's 2 of each design. 2? I feel like this is some thick paper. It's really nice because it feels like there's more of 4 designs. So you can cut one of these guys. I mean, let me cut from this one. I was going to cut from this one, but it's so much the same design that I probably shouldn't. And what I love is that this is exactly the same as the gift wrap. So it's very stylized, really nice paper here. And I guess, I don't know, let's try this one. This is cute. I love the tag. Obviously, any of these you can make into a tag. Just pop a hole in it with, you know, your hole puncher. Whatever. So I'm just going to run this guy through. I know I hate to cut into this beautiful paper just for this little piece. I would get a scrap, but I want to show you, you know, what's in the kit, even though I made some shortcuts with that. You know, I was like, I want to crank this out on my die cutting machine. Not really. Okay, so we have this. And another cute way of giving someone money, if you want to gift money, something soft like that. Obviously a gift card wouldn't fit in there. I mean, you can make something with the diameter of a gift card, right? I keep using the same gift card to measure, but you know, they're just over 2 inches. So if you made something, and I'll say maybe, no, the diameter is 1.5 inches, right? Make something that's the diameter of 2 or 3 inches, or 2.5, I would say. Get it pretty close. That'd be cute. Look at that guy. Okay. These are really fast, and I think I'm going to make several. Why not? And let's just have it say Merry Christmas. So I'll go back to this green, since we already did red. And I was going to say, they should hold these. These are really cute. If they had refills of this, I would love them. Let me see. And I always get this wrong if this is a sticker or not. People say, if it's white on the back, it's a sticker. I'm like, the white and the cream color looks exactly the same to me. But I guess this is the difference. Here's white, and this is the cream color, right? If it's just cream, that's just paper. But to me, there's almost no difference. Let's see here, before I stick that down really well. That looks good. I mean, these are so pretty. And then, you know, it comes with kind of a small amount of whatever's going on here. There's a couple of gold things that are just gold. Gold things that are just gold, guys. You know, I don't want to hide anything. This is interesting. Because it's round, so like, let me see the images over here. Okay, they're saying like don't put it like that. Well, like this one's kind of that way, but they just, you know, have fun with it. Do this kind of thing, and maybe that pops up. Maybe I don't pair these two together. Something about that doesn't sit well with me. Let's try something else. That's cute, but I feel like it should be up here. That's weird. Hold on. Nope. Let's try a different one. You guys, I still have to make my last advent calendar video, and I'm running so low on time now, especially because I got sick, so I got really behind with everything else I need to be doing, so we will see. Hopefully I can get something like that going, but I make no promises. It might have to be after Christmas that you'll see the last of it. And, you know, what are you going to do? I'm going to stick this down with dimensionals, even though I would rather stick it down just right there. But let's put these guys here. Cute. I'm kind of putting it where I put those, where I tied this, you know, and then just a little something there. And I'm just going to glue it down. And maybe go like this. Give it a little zhuzh. Super easy, guys. Super basic. Again, for me, it was a little bit of a splurge. My goodness. Nope. And I need to get an actual pokey tool to poke in there. I don't know why I keep trying to fight with this by just barely clearing it. Okay, let's do this. It's really cute. I mean, it's very cute. These are very addictive, you guys. I mean, I can imagine all kinds of things that can go in here. It's a good size, you know. Super easy, super fast. I don't know if the video ended up being a quick one. I feel like it is, but we did do a lot of talking, and that's just typical of my channel. So welcome if you are new. This is how I do it, you guys. And I hope you enjoy it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully everything's not too crazy busy for you guys, and that you're having a good time getting ready for the holidays. All right, guys, I will have images coming up. I'll have links in the description box, and I will see you all later. Again, these guys, the point is someone's here, someone's on the other side, and you're pulling, and it tears open, right? It tears at some point. And whoever gets the big end gets the stuff. Although, when you do that, it kind of flies, and the stuff just falls all everywhere. So, I don't know. So, anyway, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.